All right, so this is like the third or fourth video I've kind of put out. Um, so this time I'm going to start out with something different. It's going to be a draft recap as well as a little prediction. It's going to be quick, nothing crazy. So let's get into it. The biggest thing is obviously Mike Sullivan. Um, where do you want to start? Let me pull up his page on Neon. He's 90 throw power, very serviceable. I mean, you can't really beat that. His speed, 96 speed, is that faster than Lamar? I think it is. Let me obviously fact check because I don't want to say. It's a white Lamar. Um, let's see. He's the same speed as Lamar. That's insane. That's insane. Um, Mike Sullivan, he's insane. We knew he was going to be a stud. The fact that he's only worth a early round first pick. I mean, he's worth the whole farm and more if he were to ever trade him. There's nothing bad you could say about him other than maybe deep accuracy, but even then, like 77 is more than serviceable. There might be, I mean, I just he's just insane. You can go on and on about him. Um, so we'll see how that affects Parker's play. I mean, hopefully he didn't struggle. I mean, he's a game changer. I hope at least. Um, then Christian took or VBank took a big jump with Edwards. I guess he thought he was gonna be a superstar or X Factor with the age and stuff. But I mean, he's still a beast. I mean, his deep accuracy it's okay, but he's got nice short accuracy and all the other stats are looking nice. 94 throw power, pretty fast, not awful. 79 doesn't sound good, but for a quarterback, that I don't think that's too bad. Um, but yeah, who else? You can also talk about Jake's first two picks. Sam Richardson. Let's see, 95 throw power. I don't like Sam. Other than throw power, what is there like? Everything else just looks mid. Um, and then Clay Nelson looks like he's gonna be pretty good. He's young, but um, okay. Sorry. And then I drafted a lineman because I just knew he was going to be a stud and I need one. So there's that. Smithy drafted the best tight end he could have. A superstar X Factor. Good for him. See anyone else that's like really stood out that I think the big one for me is I don't know if MHC took Marquise Jordan just because he was there or because he was good, but he did just pay a lot of money to Uche. I think that's how you say it. So that's kind of crazy that he dropped him in the first rounder. It's questionable in my opinion. Um, Amari Hunt dropping all the way to 15 is kind of crazy to me, just knowing what I know about him. You know what I mean? Like he was a top five pick. I think almost took him too, if it wasn't for Amari and like me kind of going back and forth and see how good he is. Oh no, that's not the person. Was it? Was he left? He's not as good as I thought he'd be. I think it was him. I didn't know he was a. Oh, I see. Oh, he was drafted as a right end, but he okay. Okay. Same thing with excuse me. Same thing with Will Nall. Nall. Um, I didn't. Superstar for Triga. That's great, and he's pretty fast too. So he's good for a tight end. Hopefully he kind of pops off for him. Um, let's see if there's anything else crazy that I'd like. Any huge pick that like I wanted to mention. Why is Neon acting weird? Okay, there we go. No, I don't. There was someone else. I think it was funny as how um, Tyrant drafted the best player with Synax's pick, Justice for Synax. And I was going to draft Zaire Palmer, but Samwow sniped him for me. And he's looking to be pretty damn good, so props to him. Yeah, I think it's always fun getting new toys and really drafting what your holes that you need and stuff. So hopefully this is going to be a good year and there's a lot of stuff. Oh, there's Dobby. There's a lot of stuff worth picking and I'm trying to see if there's. Nathan Woodley's gonna be a beast too. He's fast. Got nice excel. Um, these are all fun players. I'm really excited to see how they turn out. And there's gonna be a lot of game changers. Um, there's gonna be a lot of game changers. There was also one more player. Oh, like and like I've talked about him a lot. I mean, Britton Meekins is going to be amazing. I'm really excited for him. He's going to end up having. I think he's going to end up having one of the best years. Um, Not to toot my own horn and stuff, but fingers crossed. Um, and he's only 22, so it was kind of nice being able to take someone that young. I want to talk about there was someone else, but you know what? We'll just go to preseason predictions. I'm not gonna write them down, so whoever watches them, you guys can write them down and figure out. We'll go standings. Let's do it by division. Okay, so we'll start off with the AFC North. Okay, so I think I don't know if I want to do like full on record, but I'll see. I'll probably go by how I think the season will go in terms of like placement. Ravens, Steelers, Browns, Bengals. Okay, I think Soup wins it again. He's cooking with the Steelers. I think Jake ends up doing a lot better than he did now that he has his quarterback. Now that he has, he's figured it out on defense. Um, then I think I want to go McGee and then Maloney. Hopefully I'm wrong, but I don't really know what Maloney's doing with his roster. I feel like I've seen some questionable moves. Hopefully I'm wrong, but we'll see. I mean, he did lose out. Nick Chubb's a big thing. There's just a lot of players I feel like he's missing, and then like the whole quarterback situation. I don't know. I just feel like there's a lot going on. AFC South's gonna be like I feel like all the AFC ones you just don't know who's gonna win because there's just so much like talent. You know what I mean? So you have the Colts, Texans, Titans, Jaguars. Germ, Jim, Brock, Pax. There's a lot. Um, you just don't know. I mean, it's crazy that Pax. I mean, his team started 0-6, and he almost took him to the playoffs. That's impressive. You got to give credit where credit's due. Um, you can't take that away from him. So there's that. So I think okay. I think with the moves made and everything, I think it goes Germ, Brock, Pax, Jim. I almost want to like. I think that's what I'm gonna go with. I could be wrong, and if I'm wrong, hold me to it. But that's what I think. Um, AFC East. So now that I'm like the first, I guess, almost basically like the first 10 games of my AGS season, I struggled a lot with next gen. I guess I overthought it. Just felt like everything was different. So I would like lead the ball too much. So I think that played a huge role into how like, and even like the second half, like I was struggling a lot, even getting like recognizing how I wanted to play. So I think it's going to go. I think it's going to go Tyrant, me, Flap, Intel. It's kind of like how it is right now. I think that's what it's going to be. Hopefully, I win. I mean, obviously, I want to win. I don't want to be like, oh my God, I'm not going to win. Hopefully, I win the division. That's probably the only way I make the playoffs, just with how cutthroat the AFC is. But, we'll see. It's a long season. We'll see how it plays out. Hopefully, I can just, if I minimize the turnovers, I think everything else will fall into place. So, AFC West. I mean, AFC West, I think it's going to go Raiders, Chiefs, Broncos, Chargers. I don't know if there's a weakness for Go Blue other than getting into his head or him getting into his own head. Chiefs, I feel like Mahomes saves a lot of Darkman's mistakes, so hopefully, I mean, if he keeps up the way he played great, so hopefully, he keeps at it. It's always fun when he's doing good. And then Cody, he made a very big change with not getting rid of Russ, but having Russ. I think he might be backup now. We'll see what happens. There's a lot of stuff that can happen. Because with rookies, there's always growing pains. So, and now to the NFC North, or not the NFC North, sorry. Well, now to the NFC side, the NFC North first. Sorry. I think it's gonna go Synax still, then Parker, then Jarrett, then Samwow, or Jarrett last. I don't know. Like, see that there's with those two, I feel like it'll be very. It depends because when Jarrett plays, he's a good player. Sometimes he just doesn't want to play, and it's very frustrating. So It just depends on which Jarrett shows up. The one that actually plays or the one that, gives out force wins because he doesn't want to set up his PC. The NFC South, I think that is. Okay. I go Saints, Panthers. No, see, this one's rough too because, G just won, but I've also seeing his roster. I'm not moved by it. I don't even know who's his quarterback is. Is it still Baker? Because you gotta respect G because he won. I'm trying to think. Okay, it'll go. I think it'll go. Saints. Um. Saints. Oh, this is rough. This is another one where they're so evenly matched, and you just don't know which side's gonna win. Okay. But G's given up a lot of his players, a lot of his star players that are just no longer there. I think he's. I don't know if he makes the playoffs. He has Jay Jettis, but he doesn't have any. He has no depth. Okay. I think, everything considered, we're going to go dice. So Saints, Panthers, Bucks, and then Falcons. But I don't think anyone's going to be so far under 500 where it's super duper noticeable. I think that's just the way of the road right now. I think maybe that's subject to change. Don't hold me to it, but we'll see. This is just a preseason prediction. NFC East standings. All right, so I'm going to say it's going to go Whoa, Trigger, MHC, Skills. I think that's what we're going to go. Unless, having a left-handed player really messes with MHC. I could see him falling out, but I hope not. It's not that big of a difference, but there are some annoyances. So we'll see how we adjust with that. Now the NFC West is going to be a fun one. Christian gave up a lot for his quarterback, and I don't know if his quarterback is a game changer. Maybe I'm wrong. I haven't really seen him play. But okay, so it might go. All right, we're gonna go Cody V-Bank, Koopa, and Leak. But I think it's another one where no one's gonna be so far under 500 that it's embarrassing. I think it's all very tight knit. Yeah, I think it'll be very fun this year. I think everyone's kind of adjusted to next gen. Everyone's kind of fixed up their rosters a bit. So we'll see how it goes. I'm very excited. I'm very excited to try out Kenny Pickett. So yeah, that was really all. You guys have a good one.